What it do, man? It's your boy Euro GotIt, and you tuned in, locked in with the one and only Hip Hop since 1987, for sure.
HipHop since 1987.com.
Terrell Thomas, hip-hop since 1987. We're live downtown Atlanta in the LiveHipHopDaily Studio. And you know, something we love to do is bring you the hottest artists making a lot of noise in the city, in the states, in the world. And you're doing all three right about now. I've been hearing about you from a lot of different pockets, so it's dope to actually sit down and meet with you. Goes by the name of Euro GotIt. How you feeling today, player?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. Another day to be alive, bro. I'm making progress, making it happen. I'm just thankful, bro.
Now you making moves all over right now. We see you on the internet, we see you on stages, we see you making a lot of power moves, I'll say. What got you into actually deciding that you wanted to be in the music?
Honestly, I always been into music since I was like a kid. Like, even coming up in the church, it was just like, you know, I played drums and stuff like that. I had mainly at the house and stuff like that. But I was always into music. Even my mom used to tell me, like, when I was in the womb or whatever, like whenever she was at church, sometimes she had to leave out, because it's like it just was something about the music. It's just like I started kicking and stuff. So she was like, she always felt like it had to be something dealing with that nature where I was gonna go into music. And then it was probably around I would say about like when I was like 18, I just was like, bro, you know what? Like, I don't have no vision for nothing else outside of music. So it was like, you know, I figured I knew that was my lane, that was my calling, and I went full-fledged with it.
Now you're from Atlanta, and Atlanta has a certain niche to it in the culture, not just in music, but in everything we do: food, sports, entertainment. How do you feel like growing up in Atlanta not only influenced you, but it's giving you the platform, you know, to express yourself and be who you are today?
I look up to a lot of the like icons in Atlanta. Like, I love my city. I don't plan on ever like permanently moving from here, but it's crazy because it's like, as much as I could take from the positive, I could also take from the negative. Like, one thing that I'm thankful for, Atlanta definitely has a sound, and it's like, even though there's different lanes, you got certain sounds of Atlanta that's just kind of put a cap on it to where as good as it sound here, you won't make it outside of Atlanta because of that. And it's like, it's fascinating because I definitely enjoy listening to it. I enjoy rocking with those artists and those, like, that different sound. But because of I steer clear from it, because it's like I'm global. Like, I'm trying to be up out of here. So, and even with the fashion sense, it's like, it's certain people that I kind of watch, like Future, Thug, you know, Gunna, Baby. I watch certain people when it comes to the fashion way. I got my own thing that I got going on. I don't really pattern myself after nobody. But as far as like Atlanta with the fashion, this is just me being real, we're a little slow, a little behind as far as like what New York on, you know what I'm saying, like in different places where fashion is really like popping. Like, you know, I just kind of like, I look at them at the icon that I just named, and I pretty much just put together my own little feel, and just, you know, it's all about like, you can't really care. You gotta do it, you gotta feel right, and you gotta go with it. Like, so I don't know, I love my city, I love what we got going on culture-wise, but I embrace it, but I don't study it to apply it to myself, if that makes sense.
I dig it.
Because it's like, I'm trying to create my own trend. I'm leading my own brand, my own way, and, you know, my own sound and stuff like that. So it's like, outside of that, I don't really have nothing negative to say about it. I love my city, bro. Atlanta's like the wave. We the black Mecca, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
Damn sure, the black Mecca. And I'm glad you mentioned fashion, because we're gonna talk about that momentarily as well. But our audience, they want to know about your music, so I'm gonna give them what they want. Okay. You're making a lot of noise. Your newest project, Foreign Exchange. Talk to me about that project.
It's a more mature project compared to the one I dropped initially. Foreign was I had a good jump start coming out the gate with, you know, Baby, Gunna, Pablo Juan. So it did what it was supposed to do. You know, I was proud of that. But this one is a little more mature. It gave them a little bit more of who Euro GotIt is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got songs in there like I Wonder, Letter to God. I got a little more heart there. It's a little more heartfelt, a little more real, as opposed to all, you know, we still got the stunt because it's Atlanta, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn up, but it's just more on a soulful level where it's like, oh, okay, dang, home go in. Like, you know, a lot of people with your first tape, your debut tape, you got people who like, oh yeah, I rock with them, and you got people like, yeah, it's luck. So you gotta hit them over the head. You gotta come back harder than you did the first time, which I feel like I definitely capitalized on that and did it. As far as where I lacked it, I feel like I could have worked a little bit more as far as like the way I promotion wise, even though it did good with his own.
Why what do you feel like you was lacking promotion wise? Because I see it all over the place.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's out there. It's just on my own. I'm my biggest critic.
Okay.
Of course, as they usually say. So it's just certain things like when I end my day, I think of what I've done and what I could have done better. And I spent a lot of those nights thinking of what I could have done better and capitalized on, although I was still working. Like, it was enough with what was going on with the song I had with Lil Baby Posse. It was more people knew the song but couldn't put a face to it. So now it's like I was trying to capitalize, do a lot of groundwork, running in and out of town, back and forth, like just, you know, interviews, just doing whatever I can, press runs and stuff like that, so I can get visuals out there so people will be able to put a face to what the sound that they was hearing. So it was like with me doing that, I was kind of taken away from my project, although I was promoting it, but it was more so I just had to get my image and stuff all the way together as well. So it's like, you know, it was more so, it wasn't no losses, it was just lessons and stuff like that. So with this project doing better, I mean, you know, being better and stuff like that, I'm quite sure, like they say, the third time the charm. So it's like, you know, I pretty much got it together. So we just waiting till July or whenever. I ain't gonna put no hard date on it, no soft date. Whenever the next project drop, we coming hard, crazy.
You just gave a mention to a record you have, I Wonder. And you know, a lot of times artists have records that stick to their gut, have a lot of meaning behind it. Talk to me about that record and why that record stands out with you.
Well, really because it's like, I'm at that point where I'm like making that transition where it's like you cut off people, you have to start observing people a lot more closer than before, because it's like, you know, your circle just becomes different. Trust becomes different, loyalty becomes different, and you have to start questioning whether people around you are beneficial or they're just like a liability, whether you're just helping them and you're not reaping benefits. And the thing is, what people gotta understand, when it comes to relation, anybody that you involved with, whether it's a brother, sister, mother, I don't care what it is, friend, anybody has to be beneficial, period. And no circumstances can nobody really just be around you just to say we know each other. Like, no, we have to be. You either it's something you giving me spiritually, something you giving me mentally, something you giving me physically. There's something that I'm taking from you that I'm in need of, that I'm appreciative of, and that's why you around. You know, you could be blood, that's my blood brother, but if he ain't feed me nothing, like, we just blood brother, you ain't doing nothing for me. We just came out the same womb. I love you. I ain't gonna like say disown you or nothing like that, but we had to feed into each other, like, you know. And that's really where I want to stem from, because it's like you started, you know, when you ain't really on a platform, you don't really have much going on, you'll be like, all right, it's a lot more easy to say somebody riding with you or a female down with you, because of the fact that it's like you ain't got nothing going on, so of course you down with you ain't doing nothing. But then when you start elevating and stuff, you start wondering, like, man, I want, you know, is this really what it is? Like, you rocking with me, would this be the same thing as if I wasn't going up, if I ain't had no name, if I wasn't making no noise? So it's like, it's really like from an artist standpoint of like, when you start going up, you just kind of wonder, like, is this really what it is? You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of us take that time to really express that. It's more so like, yeah, I got this, I got that, I came from this, I came from that. But it's like, what's really going on? How you really feeling? So it's like, that came from like a heartfelt space, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I wouldn't want to get them too much of it. I'd rather, if you ain't heard it before, they go check it out. You know what I mean?
Hip Hop since 1987.com.